Dow component Pfizer will halt research into Alzheimer's and Parkinson's treatments. The drug maker says the decision reallocates money to other areas. Pfizer had made big investments into neurodegenerative diseases, but faced some setbacks recently. There is no known cure for either Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. Separately, the biotech company Axovent will no longer develop a dementia drug because that drug failed to meet certain goals in recent studies. Shares of both Pfizer and Axovent fell, with Axovent, a small cap stock, seeing its value more than halved.
That was just one of the very hot topics being discussed at the biggest healthcare event of the year. Meg Tirrell spoke to a number of industry CEOs at the J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference, and that's in San Francisco.
A rainy day of weather kicked off the annual J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference in San Francisco. It's the year's biggest event for healthcare investing, where more than 450 companies present over 4 days to more than 9,000 attendees. It's always a big conference for deal news, and this year we did get a deal from Celgene. It's spending $1.1 billion to acquire cancer drug maker Impact Biomedicines, gaining a drug for a rare form of bone marrow cancer. We talked with CEO Mark Allis about that at the conference.
Well, first of all, it's a hematology play, and our DNA at Celgene is hematology. Second, it's a highly unmet medical need. Myelofibrosis is a rare cancer, but at the same time, up until now, there's been only one FDA-approved drug ever for the disease.
Following the deal, though, biotech stocks were under pressure, as some may have hoped for Celgene or others to do bigger deals in the space. Many wondering if the U.S. tax overhaul will spur M&A. We talked with Eli Lilly CEO Dave Ricks about the impact of tax reform.
We're worried about the lopsided nature of foreign competitors who had better tax environments than we did. That's now addressed. I think strategically that's the most important thing that came out of this tax reform. It will allow us also to invest without thinking about the tax rate so much, but rather put plants and labs where it makes the most sense, where the talent is and where the markets we're serving are. So overall, it was, I think, a successful package from a pharmaceutical sector.
Other topics on discussion this week have been drug pricing. It was, of course, during this week last year that President-elect Donald Trump made his comment that the industry is, quote, getting away with murder when it comes to its pricing policies. And as companies were updating on their drug pipelines and other aspects of their businesses, there was another issue on display, that of gender diversity. According to a recent report from Stat News, of the more than 450 companies presenting here at the conference, only 20 have women CEOs presenting. That compares with 22 presenters at the conference named Michael. We talked with one of those women CEOs earlier.
If you look at the senior team within the company, vice president and above, over half of our team members are women. But it's not just about gender. I think it's a broader question of diversity, because making experimental medicines and advancing them is tough, and having diversity is a strength and part of what's going to make us successful.
Something for the industry to work on in 2018. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Meg Tirrell in San Francisco.